Welcome to the third episode of the unofficial Karate Combat Show.
Yes, unofficial.
Unofficial. We've rebranded. My name's Romary. This is Cheyne McMahon, and we're just here to talk about the next card that's coming out in a couple of days, depending on when we obviously release this. But pretty anticipating Bruno Souza's fight.
Yeah, man.
Myself,
Can't wait.
Look, I think it'll be good. I'm actually a fan of Bruno, so I'm hoping Bruno's going to win.
Who isn't?
But you know, Edgar Scrivers, he's a bit of a loose cannon. You know,
it's like the good guy versus bad guy.
He's a great bad guy.
Yeah,
because he just eats punches, goes in. I mean, he's a tough motherfucker. I would not want to fucking meet him in.
Yeah,
in a dark alley. I'd be like, mate, take my fucking wallet, bro. And he's so good.
I'll buy you a beer. Bodie makes it even scarier.
But he's but Bruno's just got the style. You know, I know that we've only seen one of his fights so far.
But he's so smooth, man. He's so smooth how he moves. Like he looks like he's a fighter. I had a quick look through some of the.
He's got a nice style. He's got the just clean movements. Is a nice karate kind of that real point sparring-ish, you know, movement, but obviously tough. And then, you know, in that fight we saw against who was he fighting? His first fight? It was a guy from Latvia or
no, the guy who's fighting is from Latvia.
No, who's the guy who fought?
Oh, jeez.
But he was kind of like a close range fighter. So he was trying to get in.
He was a Kyokushin
style fighter, right? Yeah. And you know, Bruno was just popping him from the outside. So he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go in. And then obviously Bruno's got the MMA experience training with, you know, Machida. And
if you didn't know, he trains with the Machida brothers.
Yeah, so he's Machida's protege. Is the word. And like in close clinch throws. So then the other guy was just like, well, I mean, I don't really want to be close, but I don't want to be far away.
But Souza did eat a groin kick in the first 45 seconds. I thought, how can he get up? But
that can take it out of him, even with box. That can that can definitely it just really softens you.
Well, if you're watching in the video, Lerda Machida is telling him to stand up on his heels. So I think Bas Rutten is saying the same thing.
Yeah. So, well, I remember getting kicked in the nuts. I mean, kicked in the nuts many times, but I remember as a kid, get kicked in the nuts and your sensei would kind of make you squat down on your heels and then lift you and bounce you. And I say, why are we doing that? And sensei would be like, to get your nuts back down. And as a kid, you're like, oh, well, that sounds...
They're up anyway.
That sounds logical. But what is, we should get a doctor on or, you know, physiologist, a nut specialist.
Well, you know, maybe because, you know, sometimes when you do get kicked, it feels like your testicles are up and in. So maybe they do lift up and you're just trying to push your body back down.
Millimeters, but it feels like
centimeters for some of us.
Oh, yeah, all right.
But yes, one time when I was 12, I was fighting this kid and he looked like he was 16 and he kicked me so hard I flew and he cracked my groin guard.
Okay. I hope my friend John Curry doesn't mind me mentioning this on the podcast.
Oh no!
We were at my mate's engagement the other day, and he did a spinning hook kick. I wasn't there, but I heard the blow by blow spinning hook kick, and the other guy did a mawashi to the body.
Yeah, I was there for that. I saw it.
Were you? You were there for it.
It was at an Australian Open.
Cracked the box.
Yeah.
And one nut was outside of the box.
Yeah.
And won't go into the details, but.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story on that. I was doing some training. There was a kung fu guy, there was karate guy, there was a Muay Thai guy, and there was a guy doing MMA.
It sounds like a Jewish guy walking into a bar.
And so we're just doing some training, and within the first 30 seconds, this young guy who was 2 weeks away from having his first MMA fight, and this other guy just innocuous knee. Just touched him, and he's gone down. We're like, come on, man, get up! Don't be such a pussy. Come on, keep fighting. But I end up driving him home, and he's just squirming in his seat. I had to drive him all the way to the emergency, and he's taking like one step and like it took him about 20 minutes to walk in. He ended up losing a nut just from
Just
that.
one. I mean, I guess that's why you got two, right?
Yeah, well, he already had a
Back
kid
up.
too. So he was all sweet,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like he lost half of a nut,
Yeah.
and then the other half ended up dying. So yeah, he was in the hospital for like 2 or 3 days, man.
Fuck yeah. Jesus.
And we were yelling, like,
Christ.
"Get out your pussy!"
Whoever invents a box that actually works
Yeah.
will be a rich man.
It needs to be molded,
Like
as
a
in, like,
proper, yeah, like they need to dip you in like a concrete kind of thing. And like you know how they mold your mouth guard?
yeah.
They need to dip you in that shit, and then you take you out, and then they mold that. That's what we need. But anyway, we're not here to talk about
Then
groins,
you'll get guys
boxes.
going, look, I need the really big vat to put me in. Anyway, yeah.
So Bruno, look, sorry, Scribbers, but I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm looking forward to Bruno just
Look,
but he's a tough dude. He can eat a lot of punches, and he can he's a wild card. He does a wheel kick, lands a wheel kick on him.
Totally.
Who knows what's going to happen?
He's like his hands are 95% of his matches are hands. He's really good, and he just keeps moving forward.
Interesting with Scribbers, and the thing that I do like about him, is that he brings his own style to karate combat. Because a lot of the karate combat fighters are very WKF kind of style, moving in and out, and I guess, but he's got that Kyokushin style, and he's actually covering up like his hands like a boxer, like a boxer. He's a more MMA style, kind of like in close, hands up, and it does negate some of those like head kicks and stuff because the head's not open. So and I guess it changes things, because if everyone's if you're a different fighter,
100%.
he's in karate combat, he's a different fighter.
He did get knocked out in the last match from an uppercut because he's coming forward.
Because he's got that.
He ate an uppercut, and then the other guy it was.
I mean, look, he can eat punches and he's tough, but at the end of the day, there's so many punches that anyone can eat, and if you eat the wrong punch. Yeah,
Scrivers was a gold belt holder. He was the first guy to actually lose it. In that fight. So I'm sure. I mean, I don't know if he needs any more motivation, but he'll have a bit more motivation now.
Oh yeah, no, he'll be out for blood for sure. He always is.
Like if I saw that guy, man, I would happy to have him on as a guest, but I'd shit myself. He just looks like Bruno is more carefree, relaxed, Brazilian.
He's Brazilian. He's probably after the fight, hanging with the ladies, dancing a little bit.
Yeah, Scrivers, he is all business. Yeah, so if I saw him in a Russian movie with James Bond, he's a villain.
Oh man, he's a great bad guy.
Yeah, he's a great bad guy. Yeah, exactly. So you think Bruno?
Look,
are you going for Bruno, or do you think
I'm going for Bruno? Probably additionally because he's Machida protege, and Machida, I mean, UFC karate, he kind of brought karate back in that era, and I still love, obviously when I was young doing karate, seeing Machida win, and so there's a bit of that as well as a legacy, I guess, and like he's coaching him, and
there's only one fight too.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. I think he had like 3 or 4 MMA fights, but this is his first. No, sorry, second.
That was his first karate combat fight last time. Yeah. So, but he seems obviously slotted in well. So, yeah, we'll see.
Well, the fact that he's had one fight and now he's a main card for karate combat
shows what obviously karate combat think about him.
Yeah. I mean,
but it will be interesting because the other guy. Look, Scrivers is a much better fighter than the other guy, but has a similar style in that he's close range. He's got that.
Yeah.
So it's not like Bruno hasn't fought someone who's just pressuring him. It's not like we're like, oh well, we don't know what Bruno's going to be against. I mean, Bruno will move around. It's my prediction. He's going to move around, pop him. Scrivers gets too close, pushes him to the edge of the pit. He'll go in for the clinch takedown and do a little ground and pound until they restart it, and just kind of I mean, it's a big mat. The pit's huge. It's got heaps of room to move. You can choose your shots. Is it 5 rounds?
I don't think so.
It's not a belt fight, but it's the co-main event.
Well, you can't go for a belt after one match.
No, but I'm saying what I mean is like, so it's 5 rounds for a belt.
Yeah.
Championship rounds.
Yep.
But otherwise it's just 3, right?
Interesting. If we get Adam Kovacs on,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask.
Well, when? Let's be positive.
Yeah.
He did say
he did, yes.
He did say come on, so
after 75 emails and whatnot. But if when we get him on, we should ask, how do they choose
how do they match? And how do they choose who goes for the belt?
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to know.
Well,
and when because obviously karate combat is newish, season 4.
Yeah.
People who are holding the belt, they might only have like 4, 5, 6 wins. It's not like in boxing or in UFC where they've got 20 wins or something like that. So I guess the question is how do they choose when they what I'd like to ask Adam is, when do they first decide that they're going to do the belts rather than just the fights? And how do they decide that somebody was good enough to not just that this was going to be the first belt fight? How do they decide that's the start of it? After it's developed a while, and it'll just be like, well, there's someone with the belt and you're the next best guy, you get to fight him.
Yeah.
But at the start, it's kind of
I think because karate combat is so new, a lot of the fighters still don't know all of the rules. Like when Bruno's fight, he was, you're not allowed to take down and.
Well, I saw. So on one of his takedowns, I think at the start, he wasn't sure. He's like, "Can I hit him?"
That's right. Yeah.
And then the countdown's like 3, and he's like, "Oh, you're counting 5." He only got like 1 or 2 hits in.
Yeah.
And then because I guess everyone's like you said, don't know the rules that well.
Yeah.
They're working towards the
especially
final
in the heat of the match, especially when you've done 20 years of other rules and constantly changing rules too, because a lot of these fights are doing Bellator.
Well, a lot of the fighters doing they're doing MMA, they're doing Bellator, they're doing kickboxing, Muay Thai, they're doing WKF karate, they're doing whatever, So, and even in between fights,
that's right,
they're doing that.
Because karate combat is not fully professional.
One thing that I used to, so when I was younger and I used to do Kyokushin and then also a bit of kickboxing, people are like, oh, how do you know? Because that you can't punch the head, or the rule change, or you can do this, you can do that. And for me, it was the outfit. So I've got the gloves on, I've got the shorts on, the singlet. Okay, this is the rule set. I've got the gi on, I've got no gloves, this is the rule set. Put the gloves on for WKF, this is the rule set. You're doing jiu-jitsu, whatever. Like you kind of associate the thing. But with karate combat, I guess, they've got their own kind of uniform. It's different from everyone else.
Could be the gloves.
Could be the gloves. Yeah, actually, I wore the gloves today at MMA training. It felt pretty good.
I wonder how long the Velcro will last. We were talking about.
I'll let you know. This is the first time I wore it, but like sparring, it felt good.
Did you wear your karate combat rashi?
No.
Come on, bro.
It's too hot, bro. It's like 35 degrees today.
That's right.
I wore the thinnest rashi that I could find. Batman rashi.
I've worn mine here a few times, and it's a struggle to get it on, but it's a struggle to get it off.
Isn't it? You got to pull it.
That's right. I know. So
mine fits well because I'm 72 kilos. I'm making weight. So. But is there anything else we want to talk about with Bruno and Scrivers, or?
No. Look, I think Scrivers is going to win.
You reckon Scrivers will win? Bear Slayer.
I know. Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that? I think actually when he was 13, he actually fought a bear. And, I'm shitting.
Well, Latvia maybe.
Or maybe he did.
If somebody's
if I will research that, and if I find that I was right, I'm buying a lotto ticket straight up.
160 million.
Jackpotting.
But back to the. I think Scrivener's going to win.
You reckon?
I want Bruno to win.
Do you want to put money on it?
No.
Is it a cheeky 20?
Cheeky 20, yeah.
Slab beer, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Carton beer. That's not $20. That's a fallback now. But okay. Carton beer.
Okay, it's a fallback.
Well, how I think Scrivener is going to beat him, it's just his constant forward. He's a machine. Like his stamina, he'll go for years. Whereas I think Bruno, and this is only going by one fight, so maybe after that fight he's worked on his stamina more. Or
do you feel he was fading in the 3rd round?
No, not at all. But because he dominated that.
Yeah, it's different. It's different when you're winning.
Yeah.
To when you're under pressure and
you're pushing back
under
all
real
the time.
pressure.
Yeah. And if he gets pushed back in the pit to get back up, back on the, it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, true. I reckon obviously getting thrown down. Even just doing drills and training,
it's hard, yeah.
Getting thrown down. I feel like that takes energy out of you. But I always felt like it's getting back up.
Yeah, totally.
They're getting up.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind someone throwing me, but I got to get back up.
Yeah. But also, that is what I love about karate combat over MMA is you can watch the whole match without getting bored of people, unless you know
they're not clenching it up, and they're not like it's not just like kind of tied. It's all right. You hit him a few times, you didn't knock him out. Let's go.
Yeah, you can almost see a clear winner because there's so many unanimous decisions.
Yeah,
like you can almost see a clear winner in every match. But the one with Matty Stevens went to 4.
Yeah,
because there wasn't a clear winner.
Yeah.
But in the end, I thought it was a clear winner. So,
should we go to Igor? Igor and
so we're just going to run through just the first two.
The two main co-main events.
Yeah, so we've got Igor de Castaneda
from España,
Spain, versus Franklin Mina. And shout out to Franklin Mina. He actually follows us on Instagram.
Oh, shout out Franklin. What's up?
So make sure
from
also
Ecuador.
Follow us on Instagram if you haven't. It's the unofficial Karate Combat Show. I did make a little mistake at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the unofficial. And I couldn't change it.
Well, let's be honest, you didn't finish school, so
I am from Brisbane. So now the last fight, Mina's actually, I think he's lost his last 2 matches. Yeah.
So both of them are 3-3.
Yeah, both are 3-3.
So that's a great, that's a great matchup.
2-3.
They've won 3, lost 3. That's
plenty of experience. It's 6 fights.
For karate combat, that's a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And look, even from the losses, and obviously everybody loves a 6-0, 3-3. But even from the losses, you learn a lot. You change each time. From the losses, sometimes you learn more.
Even Federer lost.
Yeah.
So, even Scrivers lost his last match.
Yeah.
So,
but still, he's held the belt and then he probably wins it back. So
it definitely
that's what happens, right?
Definitely does. But I like in this one, I like my Spanish bull brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
the bullfighter.
The bullfighter, yeah.
The Iberian bull.
Yeah.
That's what they call him.
Yeah.
I don't know what an Iberian bull is. I know what a bull is.
Yeah.
It's probably from Iberia.
I would think
we need like a little helper guy. What's an Iberian bull?
We need a producer.
Yeah. Hopefully this gets big.
Hey,
the sponsorship maybe from Karate Combat.
Or if anybody wants to jump on for free as a producer, hit us up.
We're right here.
Always looking for a professional because we're just sitting here drinking beers.
It is late at night. We've
it is.
Normally we're doing it during the day, but we've having a few beers where later on tonight we've got the preacher, the special guest.
Yeah.
It's American time, so we'll be interviewing him early his time, late our time. So we're staying up for it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to interviewing him.
Yep.
And
but yeah, look, I think in this match, I like my Spanish bull.
Yeah,
I think he's got a bit more of a. I just think that with Mina, he's a little hesitant. So if it's a WKF fighter, he's an anticipator, or he's waiting for you to make a mistake and then he goes forward and attacks. He's not an attacking. He's not a pressure fighter. He just sort of sits back and sort of waits.
Counter fighter, anticipator.
Yeah. Waits for you to make a mistake and then he's in. I just don't know if it suits the way that the bull fights. I think for this one, I think Mina has to attack him to get over the top of him, but I just don't know if he can do it.
Yeah, we'll see in a couple of days.
What do you think?
Look, I haven't seen. To be honest with you, I haven't seen. Haven't seen too many of his fights. I've seen Mina. Some of his fights are good. Obviously, his last one wasn't great, but I think it'll be a close one. To be honest, I think it's. I
think both guys have got fantastic footwork.
Yeah,
karate.
It'll be a very exciting fight. That's
yeah.
for sure. I think it will We'll go like this,
Mm.
and I mean, hopefully they're a clear winner. Hopefully they're a knockout. I always love
Yeah,
the
yeah.
knockout, so
Yeah, I haven't seen one for a while, so
Yeah.
a good knockout would be good.
a good knockout. It just
Would be the
clears
ice.
it. So
Icing.
before we go, we do want to a few special mentions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Kenji Grillin, Grillin,
Yeah.
he's a Frenchman, but Kenji, obviously Japanese name, and I'm like, how many Kenji Grillins are there?
Yeah.
Like, I remember this guy, and he was one of the heavyweights that used to fight WKF when I used to fight.
Yeah, I think under 84s. Yeah.
Under 84. Under 84.
So
I mean,
this is
heavy for me.
This is in.
So
this is his first.
Yeah, this is his first karate combat fight, but I remember he got silver in 2012 against Ryutaro from Japan. And I mean, he's a good fighter. And then you were telling me 2016 he got bronze as well.
Yeah.
So he's obviously great. So it'd be interesting to see how
he transitions
from WKF. This is his first karate combat fight. Will he do as well as someone like Agev, or how is he going to go? Obviously, he's going to train for it. It's going to be more contact. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah.
And who's he fighting? Who's Kenji fighting?
Actually, he's fighting. Yeah. I can't remember, but when I watched him fight, I think the commentator said he used to fight bare knuckle. Used to do bare knuckle matches.
Like bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, bare knuckle boxing. So please let me know if I'm wrong, but I think
chuck that in the comments if he's wrong. Make sure he knows it.
yeah, totally. And James Vick, it's his first karate combat. He was a kickboxer, MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He actually started in boxing, went to MMA, went to kickboxing, and now and then to karate. So he's a late karate convert, but he's been doing karate for like 5 or 6 years and is doing WKF style as well as karate combat style.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
and is he from is he from Josh Quagan's dojo?
He does American karate, so whatever that is.
We'll have to figure out what American karate is, and maybe we can ask Clay Hagen when we
I'm not sure if it's the same sensei.
Or just the same.
Yeah, I think they're
affiliated or something. Yeah.
But
so that'd be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
And
don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube as well.
Join us.
Podcast.
And leave a comment. If you're watching YouTube, leave a comment. If there's something that if there's a fighter that you want us to interview, or a question that you want to ask Kovacs when we talk to him,
or any questions for anyone.
Any question for anyone, let us know.
Any feedback. We'll take anything.
We'll take some constructive
good,
feedback.
Bad,
ugly. Well, not too much bad, All right, guys, take it easy, and
see you guys.